Hey everyone, so to stay on track this week, we have broken down the process into step-by-step chunks to stay organized and have a smooth flow to get into your final sample. It's easy to get tripped up this week. That's why we have broken down into a series of small videos that you can complete to go forward to the next step. First thing we're going to do, we're going to take your optimized search and we're going to load that into your reference manager. From that, the next step that we're going to take is to remove duplicates, because inevitably across the different engines that you've searched, there are going to be the same articles captured in some of them. We need to quantify in detail those duplicates and remove them. Next, we are going to go through 3 stages: screening, retrieval, and eligibility. At the stages of screening and eligibility, we are going to be applying your inclusion and exclusion criteria. You're going to find a dedicated video to help you choose the right inclusion exclusion criteria for you, as well as forecast if they're getting you in the ballpark of the numbers that you want to go on to your final analysis and final stages of the review. We also have dedicated videos on retrieval to help you in an efficient way identify the full text of the papers that you're interested in and also get those into your reference manager. So the reference manager is going to play a critical role, and you're going to find just below, as you step-by-step progress sequentially through these trainings, hands-on how-to videos to use the reference manager efficiently. I also want to introduce to you a very important tool that's going to serve as a guide for you throughout this process. And this is called PRISMA. And these tools, again, people working in sciences love their acronyms. PRISMA refers to the preferred way of reporting items for systematic reviews and meta-analysis. PRISMA. Everybody calls it PRISMA. You could go to Google, look it up, and you'll find details about it here. This has set a minimum scientific standards for what constitutes good practice in doing a systematic review. And this is to help ensure that the field plays by the same set of rules. And it's very important to follow these, because ultimately when you submit, the editors are going to want to see that you have taken these steps. What you'll find are you're going to need to do 2 things. You're going to have a flow diagram, which I'm going to show you in a second, and a checklist. And that's going to come to the very end. These are going to help you stay on track and make sure you've done everything that you need to do to produce your paper of publishable quality. Let me show you what this flow diagram looks like. Again, you can always download it here, but I've uploaded a copy to the course for you already in PowerPoint format, which is a little bit easier to manipulate and work with. This PRISMA is going to make sure you do all the right things. It's important to not try to do this all at once, but take it step by step. So the first step, you can see records identified from. Here you're going to itemize the different databases that you had. You can see in this one example, I only had PubMed, but I want you to have 2. So let's just say, as a hypothetical example, we had a total of 196. So you want to make sure you clearly label step by step what you have. And you might want to put down here total n equals 196 to keep track, to help people follow the flow of what you did. This is the stage that you're at now. Now what we're going to do, and I want you to look at the video below on how to export from Web of Science and PubMed, the 2 examples we're going with, although the procedure is quite common across databases, to get them accurately and effectively into your reference manager. Because there, you're going to see also below a dedicated video on how to remove duplicates the right way. There are automated search functions for finding duplicates, but we have a special step to keep track, keep things tidy and orderly, so that if you ever, in the worst case, do need to backtrack a step, you can. Hopefully you won't have to, but we want to stay neat and organized so you don't have to redo a lot of work if you do decide to retrace a step. So then you're going to have a video that shows you how to remove these duplicates. At that point, you'll see PRISMA breaks down helpfully all the things you need to do, and here you're going to see you have your records that you screen. So after you remove duplicates, you're then going to have a total number of how many you take through the screening stage. The screening stage is just like it sounds, just an initial screen, just looking at a glance at the title and abstract to see if the article is in or out. It's here that you see we're going to begin to apply inclusion-exclusion criteria, and we're going to detail each reason why the article did not meet the criteria to be included in the study. Again, this is following the principle of we want others to be able to look at the article, make the same decision we did, retrace our steps, and get the same number of articles to carry through. There are cases where when you screen, you won't be able to make a decision. That's what this next stage of eligibility is for, because there you're going to have to look in more detail at the full text to make a decision. However, before you actually get the full text, you need to retrieve it. And in some cases, you may not be able to retrieve the article. Perhaps you can't get it because it's not open access, or it's not retrievable, or can't be found, it's disappeared into electronic ether. For whatever reason, you need to specify, okay, how many got through my screening, how many am I going to seek for retrieval, how many did I actually retrieve? In a dedicated video, you're going to see how to retrieve quickly the full text PDF and get them into your reference manager. And that's going to show you many of the various tricks and shortcuts we have to help you find those PDFs. You ideally want this number for those not retrieved to be as low as possible, ideally 0. Once you go through there, then eligibility again is going to apply your inclusion exclusion criteria, and you're going to detail the reasons for exclusion here. After you've done that, that should leave you with a final set of articles in your review. At each point on the PRISMA here, you're going to find a dedicated video that makes clear exactly what you need to do. So the next step you need to take now is we're right up here. We need to get these records into your reference manager and then search for duplicates. From those, follow the rest of the flow through PRISMA and you'll get a good result. As you get to screening, watch the video on choosing the inclusion exclusion criteria, how to set them accurately. That's going to be a great help, as well as the worksheets to accompany it. So go through those videos and we'll see you just now in the next one.